Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Doinita and Edyta here with you.
Hello.
And today we have with us a beautiful guest. Her name is Heather Stewart. We had the honor and the blessings to chat with her, to interview Heather some time ago, not long ago, and
Not long.
not long. So today we come together to have a deeper dive into life and magic. So, welcome, Heather. So good to have you here with us today.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see you both again, looking well and fabulous as we were talking about change as we go through these weird, changing, shifting times. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
change. Such a mysterious word.
we are living right now. I mean, happy too
Well,
about
it's
all of it.
funny.
I find it funny because from the moment you breathe in, you things change. They never stop changing. But I feel like we have this idea in our head that, or some people have this idea in their head that things stay the same at some point in their lives, and then they don't want anything, or maybe they don't want things to change, right? And then the struggle happens to resist something that's just natural, like coming and going, breathing in and breathing out. Everything is constantly changing.
Yeah.
Why do we hit when do we hit the resistance point?
When we hit the fear.
Oh, oh, we're going to go to the fear way.
We'll see how that goes.
But the resistance. When do we hit the resistance? And as soon as you asked that, it brought me back to the time of birth.
That's when you started resisting?
That's the human, because
Yeah.
that's when you from the moment you're born.
But do babies, well, I think of children are very easy for the most part. I mean, not all children come into the world ready for what's going to unfold. But I think about a lot of children, they'll be upset for a moment and then the next moment they're happy and, they're just kind of flow. But at some point, maybe it's around the age of 2, when they learn to say no, they start to resist and push back. And then it gets stronger and stronger until I'm just remembering in my corporate days, if someone had to change the office that they were located, it wasn't even a change of job. They just had to move their office. The resistance to change chairs is so funny what happens. And is that a fear thing? I guess maybe. Like, what's going to happen if you change chairs? Hmm. The unknown.
Unknown. And going back to the babies, they are okay until, I mean, if they get what they want. If they're hungry, and or they need to change a diaper, then they are okay. So I think we have a since the first breath already. We have things. We want the things to be the certain way that works for us.
Right.
Because we
True.
hit, as soon as we come into the body, into this world of density of
Hmm.
such, the resistance is we're getting like smashed
Yeah.
into our, like, with the first breath of life, we're like,
It's like, oh my gosh,
what have I
did I
done?
really agree to come here?
What have I
What was
done?
I thinking?
But definitely kids live more in a magical world than adults.
Well, because
So,
they're more in the present.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're in the present. They're in the moment.
Yes.
So it is easier to it's easier to flow through change when you are in the present moment.
Yeah, they don't remember the past. They don't think about the future. My grandson is going to be 6, and not too long ago, everything what was happening was yesterday. Whatever, it's like, can I go visit you yesterday? It's like the time, the
Doesn't.
names didn't make any sense to him. So we just left him with whatever was comfortable for him. And right now,
And
because,
maybe he's got a new way to look at quantum physics because he
yes,
can visit you yesterday, right? He's got the solution.
yes, so
And
it's,
I remember studying child psychology in university, and I learned that until they reach a certain age, they don't believe that anything existed before them.
Mhm.
So you can't say, way before you were born because they think there was nothing before I got here.
isn't interesting how
Yeah,
later everything changed for us, and later we don't know where's the truth anymore. And we try to go with the flow, but it doesn't flow.
Yeah, but you see, that's
right.
another thing. We go with the flow, but whose flow?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like
Whose
doesn't
flow? Are
flow.
we going with our
Hmm.
flow?
Most of the time, not.
A lot of people aren't, right? A lot of people are following the the loudest current of whatever's being spouted or whatever they follow. That's why you have to be intentional and curate what you listen to. Um, I think about my husband made a funny comment the other day. He said we were talking about art and we were talking about postmodernism, and he said, "What would you call now?" He said, "I think we call this post-truth." So
That's perfect.
because
Yeah.
there is so much, and there probably has been lots of misinformation and misunderstandings in the past, but now it can be disseminated so quickly and accepted so easily by large numbers of people. And with computer generation and AI, and yeah, what is truth? What is a truth? What's true for you may not be true for Edyta, and
Mhm.
vice versa. So is your flow your truth? And what if it bumps up against somebody else's truth?
So I think we are touching up the acceptance subject.
Mm,
It's like
right.
you know what I kept saying, because we're touching on the river rock
Yeah.
for the gold. I don't know if
Hmm.
anybody we're touching on
Yeah.
the river rock and
Can
acceptance.
you bang into it or do you flow around it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acceptance. Because ultimately, the truth is like whatever your truth is, if you're okay with that, stay in your heart, connect to your heart, and allow your truth to bloom and blossom and radiate from your heart. Same with
Right?
you, and the same with me, because we're all so unique. We're all so different, and ultimately, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm.
It doesn't really matter.
So when we accept it, the magics happen.
Exactly, because it's like I bring my truth, which is in my heart, not the head. I'm not talking about the truth
Hmm.
that comes from here. That's a different story. But I'm talking about the truth that, make just expands your heart and makes your body feel good and just, all that yummy energy. Then I bring it to I bring it out, not to you, but then just bring it out, and you radiate your truth, and you radiate your truth, and then we create magic together. Then it's like the harmony.
So we talk about the I amness.
I amness.
I amness. I am.
I amness.
It sounds like yumminess if you say it fast.
I amness.
Yumminess,
It's
yumminess.
yumminess. It's yumminess. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
interesting sometimes because I did an episode of my podcast one day about acceptance, and some people that I talk to feel like it's like you are giving up. Oh, you can't give up. Like, um, because it's a fine line, people say you're giving up and you're just accepting whatever garbage you're in instead of seeing it as this being fully truthful with yourself of this is where I am. Now, if it's not where I want to be, I can still accept where I am, even if it's not where I want to be. Because if I don't accept where I am, then I'm just fooling myself if I want to be somewhere else and I want to change it. You have to know where you are. So for me, acceptance was always, it's like when I was in the hospital, I said, I took me a little while to accept what was happening. I accept that I'm in the hospital and I accept that these people are helping me, but that's not where I want to be. So I'm going to keep working and shifting so that I can keep raising my own vibration to what my truth is, because my truth at the time wasn't that I was someone who should be in the hospital.
And I think this is so important what you said, because you accept it, but you didn't get stubborn about it. I want my way right now. You just said, I'm going to work on it
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
I reach the point when I'm going to be okay, whatever the okay means at this point.
It's like you're open to change. The alchemy.
Yeah.
By
Right.
accepting where you were, I was like, okay, I'm not liking this. You were in the present moment, and you almost like opened up a portal to change, to bettering, to like clarity, to get to see the way.
So I wonder if people are resisting change, do they think that where they are is the best that they can get, the best that they can have?
I think if
Wonderful.
they feel comfortable, even it's a false comfortability, then we don't want to do it. We don't want to change. We rather stay with that instead of trying just something new.
But it's also, yes, that's absolutely, I agree with that. But it's also, it comes to that, the conditioning
Yeah.
of the society, the
Hmm.
self worth, the self value. We were brainwashed for
We still,
thousands of,
we
we're still
still.
brainwashed, but it's like with the worth. I mean, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've done this. And it's like, oh, we don't, it's almost like there's this blinders that we conditioned not to see the beauty, not to see the magic, not to see the inner power, and that we are creators and we can create anything. And we've been so suppressed to dream, to not dream,
Yeah. And
just to look back, to look in
yeah.
the past, to look at the drama, to it's like not to dream, not to believe in magic.
And the self worth, I think,
The self
equals
worth is
a
huge.
I am. That doesn't matter where I am, who I am, what I do, what's happening. That's that I am what I am, and this is what it is at this time, at this moment. Until I want to change.
Until I am somewhere else.
Yes.
Right. Well, I think sometimes the comfort that people feel is not, if you ask them what they wanted, like if they won $1 million, what would you do? It wouldn't be where they are. So I think the comfort is more they feel like, I know what's going to happen. I know what my day is are. So it's more of a, like, go back to the fear. It's a safety thing. I'm comfortable where I am because I know what's going to happen. I mean, I've heard people use the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, and not recognizing that, you know, change is your chance for an adventure, and not knowing is half the fun. But we do take that out of people. We take that out of people, the way we educate and the way society says you get this education and then you do this and then you get this job and then you work until this age and then we give you a watch and then you retire.
Then you die.
It's like,
And you're completely done.
one of my friends actually said to me the other day, life's a bitch and then you die. And she was just complaining that she had to line up to get a glass of wine. And thought, I thought, wow, let's talk about life, because this is waiting in line for a glass of wine is really, that's the problem that you have right now.
That's so
Oh
funny.
my goodness.
That's just so funny.
I and I I feel like this is happening a lot when we disconnect from ourselves and we just pay attention to small things. They don't even matter.
But you said something, Heather, that if you ask someone, and I know that many would, if you ask them, what is it that you want? A lot of people would say, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
I don't know. So when you're in that misery, I'm miserable here, but I don't know what I want.
Or it's so
So they
many,
stay.
yes,
So
or
they stay
so many condition attached to that
and
what I am.
disconnect.
Well, and I
And this,
think a lot of what happens is they think that the thing they need to be happy is something outside, you
Yeah.
know? It's like if you ask someone what they would do with $1 million, I would buy this giant house. I would buy this big car. I would buy this boat. I would go on this vacation. They wouldn't
And then,
say,
and then
I
what?
would sit quietly. Yeah. And then what? They would never say, I would go sit quietly in the woods and listen to the birds. You know, it's just, or I would listen to the sound of my heart more, or I would, yeah, whatever it is. Like the things, all of our I ams where we feel like we have to fill in the blank is the X is the outside. Everything is pointed outwards. So practicing pointing inwards is not something we teach or reward, or we haven't up to now. I mean,
this
I
is new.
remember I had a friend, this was many years ago. I had a friend who always had a new girlfriend. And I asked him one day, I wasn't even doing yoga then. I just asked him one day, I said, why don't you just stay single for a little while? And he said, I don't like to be alone with myself. I said, that's crazy. I couldn't understand it, but it was a realization that um, he never spent any time to see who he was. So you can't say I am if you don't know your inner
Who I am.
workings.
But you see, that's
Yeah,
like he chose girlfriends, but how many people are choosing the noise? They cannot be in a house without the TV blasting in the background or the radio with ads and everything, just noise. It's just noise. They have to have the noise because it's the stillness and the quietness. It's just too uncomfortable.
Sometimes.
you can hear the stirrings of those
To
small
them, for them.
voices.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's
like,
very,
I mean, that's another example that any kind of inner work we do, I mean, I don't even want to call it work. It's just like meeting myself, meeting
just
yeah,
myself
discovering
in
on
this lifetime.
discovering who am
Yes,
I, who I am.
that definitely having this in a perspective is like, at least for me, it's like I know where I've been through and where I am right now, and I'm just grateful for whatever I did for myself to be where I am. And I'm sure it is so many more things to change, um, and I'm open to. And I think that's the key, just to be open to the magic.
right. Um, what sometimes I say for my clients who are, I can tell are scared that something's going to happen. I'm like, well, what if something better happens? Like we do tend as a species to think of the worst things that could happen. What if we thought of the best things instead? Because that might make it easier for people. Think about, you know, what if I don't know why this pops into my head. What if I ask that girl out and she says no? What if she says yes? It's like, what if I
Yeah.
go to a silent retreat and I hate it? What if you love it?
Yes.
We're conditioned. That's again.
Yeah.
That's like it's just, and that's the inner work. That's the adventure of getting to know yourself. Of like being present and being mindful of where you put your focus and awareness. Are you focusing on the positive? That's a practice. That's a daily practice.
And we've been
And
thought
I
for
think a
just.
lot of that, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Heather.
I was just going to say a lot of that inner voice of the bad things, I think comes down ancestrally. You can hear those voices like, you know, be careful what you wish for. Why? I wouldn't wish for anything bad. Why? Why do I have to be careful? I want to wish for everything. Or, you know, don't don't be too proud of your achievements because, you're going to get knocked off your pedestal. Why? Why?
Yeah.
It sounds very like you hit home,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
growing up with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew
We
up
even
with
did
it, so
it
I was
before we came
afraid.
on because we were
Yes.
talking about Mercury retrograde. Don't talk about it. You might make it happen.
So it's just,
So you are talking about what I just want to say. We've been taught for generations that that's the way how it's supposed to be, no other way, and a lot of us still in this kind of I don't know, weird movie.
weird movie.
And
We
we
could call it
just
the holodeck,
yes,
or
yes,
the Matrix.
and we are just afraid to leave the room and see the other movie. Maybe it's playing next room, and maybe it's just different, happier, more interesting, or something
Yeah,
else.
we forgot that the doors are not locked. And with
Yes,
a free will,
Right.
we can actually
yeah,
change the movie.
yeah.
Go
And
into
that's a real physical thing, that's how they train animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like elephants. Elephants you can tie with one little string because they chain them up with very heavy chains when they're babies. So they know when there's something around their ankle, they can't pull it. So when they're adults, they just use a little rope. The elephant could totally break it if it wanted to, but it doesn't know that it can. It's like it's been trained. You can't run away, so it doesn't try.
That's so sad.
I know.
It is sad. I was like, that's
But
so
that's so
sad.
sad. But this is what we do to
This
ourselves.
is what we do to ourselves.
Yes, yes.
Our doors are open. You can go and talk to the angels. No, no, the door's locked. You're not allowed in. No, those are crazy people. We lock them away.
Yeah.
We don't know that we can change whatever we want just by deciding to do it.
But you see, that's another
Yeah,
thing.
just by deciding to do it.
Exactly, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, even the ones that think they want to change, right? That's what I was gonna say is they expect change to happen instantly.
And the change will come from outside and stay there forever.
Yes.
But they expect it. Okay, I've done this. Where is it? I want it now.
Yeah.
It's like The Secret. I visualized that new car. Where is it?
Okay, this doesn't work. Next.
Yep. Yeah. We are funny.
We are funny.
Species. We're very funny species.
I know.
That's why you have to have humor.
Yes.
Because, oh my gosh, if you took it all very seriously, you
Then we
would
go
be even
mental.
more unhappy. You would be even more unhappy. Yeah, you would go crazy.
Yes.
And I think about people who, like people who read The Secret and told me it didn't work, said, "Wow, I visualized and visualized and it didn't work." I'm like, what? You know that story about the I think it was a monk who was praying to Buddha, either or God or someone to protect him, and he was walking down the street, and he's like praying, 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 and someone comes up to him and says, there's an elephant who's charging. You've got to get off the road. Buddha will protect me." And he kept walking and walking, and then people kept coming up to him and saying, "Run, run." He's like, "Buddha will protect me." And he got trampled and he died. So then when he got in front of whatever deity it was he was praying to, he said, "Why didn't you protect me?" He said, "I sent you all those people. Why weren't you listening?"
Yeah.
So,
I know very similar joke to it. Yes, and we are keep forgetting about it every day.
so if you're trying, you can create and, you know, make a decision on how you want your life to be. You must keep your intention and, focused for long enough for the message to be delivered and the things to be lined up for you. So you don't go, "Oh, it didn't happen." And then you go off and do something else. And they're like, "Wait, wait, we have your order. It's just being cooked. We got to cook in the oven.
It's being
Or they
delivered.
send
Where are you
it's being
going?
delivered.
I'm gone.
Uber Eats is
I've changed my address. Sorry.
Uber Eats is coming. Or they send you people and you're like, that's not how it's supposed to come. That's not how it's supposed to come.
We are not able to receive. That's
Yeah.
another thing.
We think it has to be in a certain way, on a certain day, at a certain time.
But it's also receiving. We're
Yes.
like we're taught.
But
We
it's
want, but we're not
but,
receiving.
and also we don't sometimes truly believe that it's going to happen.
That's a big part.
We're like, yeah, I want this and this, and later, but what if it's really going to happen? What next? What now?
And that's the real discomfort, because it's like
Yeah,
that's the real
That's more of
discomfort.
that
It's like
unknown.
believing. Yeah.
believing.
That's like believing and trusting. And when it does happen,
Yeah.
then what?
Then what?
Oh no. Then keep
And that's
going.
the receiving. It's like keep it away,
Uh-huh.
because many people, it's like it does happen. It's, no, 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 no. This is too good for too good to be true. This is too much. How many times it happened to
How
me?
many times to happen to all of us? Like, no, I'll wait. Not now. I'll wait.
I want it, but not now.
Not now. Maybe next year.
I'm not ready.
I'm
Maybe
not
next
ready.
year.
I read a book called The Big Leap. Did I tell you about that one?
No.
By Gay Hendricks. He calls it the upper limit problem. He said, if you have a set point in your life of where you think life should be, when it starts getting good in one spot, you're like, oh, something bad is going to happen. So you sabotage subconsciously either that or somewhere else to even you out, because you have this idea of things can only get this good. If they get better, something bad's going to happen. So I'll make it happen so that it won't surprise me. Isn't that strange?
We are strange.
I think we're going back to that. We are strange beings.
Yes, strange,
We are
funny.
strange beings.
Strange and funny.
No wonder all the alien people are gathering around Earth right now, examining us. We're probably under the microscope. I was like, let's
They're up there
explore
going,
this.
I don't know if we should go
Yeah.
down there or not.
Yeah,
Maybe if we
they.
talk to that one, but that one,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I also see how older generations they have a hard time right now with all the changes because they don't know what to do about it. They are not really willing to just take the risk to just see what's going on. They
To be flexible.
and yeah, not just the older generation, but I see this among older people. Definitely, it's a problem. So
They've become accustomed to a way of things being
yes.
for a long time. So the upheaval and changes just in the last few years even have been very, very large. Like I know people who now won't leave their homes. Even I phoned my mother. I said, Mom, I need you to do this. I'm an old woman. I can't do that. I'm like, you are smart. I know she won't watch us. You are smart. I know you can do this. I'm going to walk you through it. It was logging into a website.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk you through it step by step. She's not that old.
I mean, we all have the limitations. We all, but I think that like 50% of the success already is like realize it, that I'm just freaking out about something.
Just as like, and that's okay. Freak out, and then, okay, how am I feeling now? Better. Okay, let's do it now.
Maybe it's just use a little excess energy to release.
Yes, yes. Last week, Doinita was helping me. I'm not very like technical good, but I'm working on it. And we were working on my new business card for what about two hours. But it's
That's
came
like the whole
out beautiful.
yeah.
Came out beautiful. We had so much fun with that. And definitely, we both learned some new tricks during that process because we messed that up a few times. And it's like, how we go back to it? So
Undo. Click undo.
undo. So instead of being upset about that and just like quit it and just like
Reactive.
call for help, then we were just like, no, We are going to do it. At some point, we are going to be done with it. And
Just don't save the changes
yes,
till you're ready.
till yeah, it's
Have
ready.
multiple copies.
Yes.
So I think I was teaching actually yoga just before we came on, and I do an opening meditation, and I never really I don't know what I'm gonna say in the opening meditation. But today I was talking about no matter what is going on inside you somewhere, there is a place that's very still and is never disrupted by the external world. But this is the, knowing who you are, being able to go to that space no matter what's happening, then you don't necessarily get caught up in that whirlwind of drama. I mean, you guys had fun. That's cool. But some people get so caught up in the drama and it whirls faster and faster. And it's almost like they speed it up until I push those people to the side because I don't want to get caught in the tornado. But you can find that place. If you practice finding that place, you can just, and you're there no matter what's happening. So even when you have that little, you go, hold on, I'm okay.
But allow that to happen, because that's, like you said,
Yeah.
the energy release.
Yeah.
But what you said about the people, is like, because goes faster and you go faster. That's when we are practicing. I know I'm practicing going slower. But it's just like slowing down and just breathing and just coming. It's like, okay, this, like, I don't have to get it all done. That's a beautiful practice. I don't have to, I've had like changes for my website or whatever. It's like I listen to the day, to the energies, to my body. Do I have the juice in my fuel tank for that, or does my body
Right.
want something else because it's already busy digesting all the energies? So
And you just made me see this picture of weather systems. High pressure systems spin one way and low pressure systems spin the other way. And when they meet, they go, that's where the storms happen. It's like,
that's the creation as well.
that's the creation.
That's the creation, the yin
So
and the
maybe you
yang.
just stay a little, not too close to the tornado edge. You just like rub a little energy off of them and
But exactly, the tornado, what you say, is like about the people. You stay away. Like,
Mhm.
just kind of honor where you are. And if I don't
I'll
feel like
catch the ideas
connecting,
as they fall out of the sky,
yeah,
like from the
Yes.
Wizard of Oz.
yeah, like when, if you don't, it's like honor where you are. If you, what you feel like, do you feel like connecting to people, or do you feel like
But
staying?
you see, you have the understanding,
Yes.
you have the awareness that maybe I'm not okay, but a lot of us still, we just like,
Well, that's why we're talking. So hopefully that will,
yes,
because
exactly.
coming back to self, like what you
Yes.
said, Heather, connecting to the
Yeah.
stillness within, to self, and just checking, scanning yourself. How do I feel?
Yeah.
Where is this anxiety coming from? Is it mine? Or is it from the
Mhm.
external, from the around me? Or is it the collective? Or is it my work? And it's like, if you don't have an answer, just slow down, take a few breaths, come back to your center. Like, be the
Right.
eye of the storm.
Yeah, because there are times where people get themselves quite upset and it's not even theirs.
And stop blaming others for where you are.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's not yours, recognize it, but you don't have to blame
Yes.
that person
Yeah.
for what they're doing. You just
Choose not to
smudge
take it on.
yourself.
Yes.
Smudge yourself.
Purify your energy,
I have a daily smudging practice because I talk to so many people,
Yeah.
right?
Aim into that, whatever the smudging looks like, with oils, with Palo Santo,
Depends on
sage.
my mood.
Depends on your mood, exactly. Whatever feels cold to. Grounding, go outside, put the feet on the ground. I mean, you're a little cold right now. But
Yeah, usually I just connect to my feet, like where my feet are. Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Good. They're on the ground.
but yeah.
Are you Kappa? Do you know
I'm not sure
the Air Beta?
actually. I know, but I'm not sure. I think did check on it, but I don't remember right now. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Are we covering all around the globe?
Yes, I think we do. Yeah,
People
what
can
to,
put their feet down anywhere.
yes. Yeah. And what to do to bring more magic to our life? Like the
Believe that there is magic.
And
yes.
how do you do that?
Don't use this.
Yeah.
So words are magic. Whether I think sometimes we get this idea that magic is like the tricks we see on TV or movies. There has to be sparkles and things have to happen and poof. But magic is, I went for when I was walking in the woods, magic is, look, the spring beauty flowers are opening. That's magic.
We get the
I
new
mean,
leaves on the trees.
look at everything that's coming back to life after being under the snow. That's magic. How come
Exactly.
we can't see that as magic?
The-
You
You,
know, um, and magic does happen if you use your voice with intention, and you speak your world into being.
mm.
So being careful of your words. Um, don't, and the universe doesn't understand sarcasm. So
And the body doesn't understand either. Speak positively,
no,
speak kindly about yourself.
To yourself.
To
yes,
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Words are
yes.
powerful. But you know that what you said about the magic just a few minutes before, it triggered a memory from my childhood. How even though I was talking to the wind and all that stuff, but I was at the same time like conditioned into believing the Disney magic. Look, the sparkles and this, like you sit in front of the TV or something, and you're conditioned to believe that that's magic. You're gonna take a pen, I don't have anything here, and you're gonna go poof like a wand, and
Mm-hmm.
Or
poof the
just wiggle your
wand.
nose,
Yeah, wiggle my
like
nose. Like that kind of.
bewitched.
Yeah.
And it's incredible how even we're so magical when we're little.
And like you said, Heather, it's like I think the most magic we can witness by going outside.
Get out of the house.
Get out of the house, connect with the nature. Then we are, it's like, wow, that's a magical. Then I think we can apply some of that in our personal life.
And
And
look at.
spring is the best time. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because everything is re-emerging. And I mean, magic, the size of an acorn is this, right? How does that turn into an oak tree? That is magic.
Mm-hmm.
What? That
But
can
even
come
the
out of there?
cycles, exactly the cycles. Like spring is like rebirth. The summer, the fruits coming. It's like from a flower into a fruit. All of that. Then the autumn, even the winter.
It's
Mhm.
like we had a hurricane a few years ago here, and the nature actually, it's okay, but our people thinks they are still not okay. Like a lot of houses are gone and all the things. So
Right.
Man-made things.
man-made things, but the nature just survived, just came up with something different, something new. That's a magic. No conditions, no like imagination or just like accepting it is what it is, and I'm going to.
There's a Zen saying that is spring comes and the grass grows by itself.
Yeah.
It's like nobody had to tell it what to do. Just said, "Oh, it's time for me to come out." And I mean, I love spring because the birds, I listen to all the birds and they're telling their stories and they are very active in the spring and everything is coming. But every season has something to teach.
And our body most of the time is an autopilot. We don't think about how things work, but but they do work.
until they don't work.
So they
Well, and
don't.
what does that tell you? That you interfered with the natural flow of your
Yes.
body.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Me,
Funny, I
that's
had a dream
me.
about that last night. So
Me, that's me in my mind.
My mind, yes. Yeah, the mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what not to, yeah, when we interfere.
Hmm.
Yeah, the changes. It brought me because I love spring and the smell of the spring and that rich, the green leaves, like the rich in
Hmm.
nitrogen, like life force
Very
energy,
bright colors.
very bright green. I mean, it's
Hmm.
just fresh and yummy, and
Yeah.
it's like a rebirth. So there is
Hmm.
hope. I mean, it's like believe in that.
Hmm.
and it always
It's not the
happens.
end. It always,
No
yeah.
matter if there's wildfires, no matter if there's hurricanes, no matter if there's floods, they just get on with it. I even saw, I think today is the anniversary of Chernobyl. So scientists went back into that area not very long ago because humans left. They said, oh, we did something bad. We're all going to leave. But nature is doing very well in that area. You know, everything is flourishing
Except humans.
except humans. So what does that mean?
That means we need to behave so the aliens take us home.
I I used to remember the day of that
That is a joke.
event happening.
Wasn't it in the summer?
Yeah,
I don't,
that
Because
was in winter, definitely. I
that's
don't
not April.
remember.
Because I remember my mom telling me that it was hush. I grew up in Moldova, Soviet Union, so
hmm,
Chernobyl is Ukraine, so
Yeah.
close, and the winds were blowing,
Oh, it
and
was blowing
nobody.
to Poland a lot.
It was blowing, so the country, the government
Yeah.
never said anything.
Yeah.
And my mom said,
oh man.
told me, oh yeah, there was
Yeah.
like hush hush. So during
Mm-hmm.
those days, those time, me and my mom we were picking linden flowers from the trees.
I remember everything was covered up with weird yellow powder. And I was like, and we're like, wow, what
What
is
is
that?
that?
What is that? What is that?
It happened on April 26, 1986.
Okay, so that was the
So how
spring.
come? So it's spring. So
Yeah.
what? Yeah, but it might have come because
I
I
mean, you
remember
might not have heard about it till later, right?
that's what I'm saying. The government didn't say
Yeah.
that till
Any
later.
government.
Any government.
Yeah. They don't want you to,
Yes.
it's like, don't look here. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Just magic happened, and
April.
we have like yellow powder everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like you said, Heather, the nature survived and readjust, and it's surviving. Not even surviving. It's like blooming, living.
It's doing what it was meant to do.
Exactly. So if we could apply this towards ourselves, that would be magical.
It's almost
We're
like the
magical,
change.
but we don't
We
believe it.
We
are.
don't believe and we don't allow. We resist our own
Mm-hmm.
magic. Like look, like nature uh, invites, welcomes change.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything, the animals, every single being that is on this planet,
Except us.
except humans, most of humans, yes, but every single bit.
So what's
They
that
just
mean? That we are not from here, definitely.
we're not from here, no.
It
But
means that everything here is much more mature than we are. And
Yes.
we're the toddlers.
Yeah.
We're going, no, no, no.
we're
Yeah.
having tantrums for
Yes.
We're
years, for
having
thousands of years.
tantrums.
Yeah.
For thousands of years. We just
Yes.
slowly.
We've been planted or bred here when everything was already set up, and we are
Yeah.
like, what is that?
They don't like it here. Well, I like it here, but
Yes.
But also look at the older birds and the animals. The resilience.
Yeah.
They survive the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Us humans, without all the we're dead meat.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty much.
Without all this,
Shelters.
yeah.
We are trying to create for ourselves. Sometimes works, sometimes not. So what's the lesson? Just like don't go crazy with that.
Do you know the lesson? I think
Don't go to this tunnel because it's no light in this tunnel.
do you know what I'm like? What you, to come back to this is like what we said is like go outside because we are the toddlers, right? And look around, smell the wind, look at the sky, the trees, the birds, almost like there are teachers everywhere.
And sit alone and be quiet.
Be quiet and
You don't
allow.
have to meditate. I know people don't like that word sometimes. You don't meditate, just sit there and listen.
Contemplate, think, doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Just play with your toes.
Smell, watch, look
Play,
around, whatever
you know,
works.
just play with pebbles. Just look, just think. Doesn't
And if you
matter.
live in the city, just find a park. There's parks everywhere, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, always. There's parks, right?
There's parks.
Yeah.
Yes. If you can't get out of the city, you just go find a park,
Or a single tree.
Get a tree.
get a tree.
I had
I have
clients
many
before.
plants.
Yes, but I had clients who's like, and didn't have busy. I was like, do you have any trees outside your office? And I was like, yes. And of course, you know, around there's a little bit of grass around the tree. It's not just concrete. I was like, good. On your lunch break, take your sandwich, go there, take your shoes off because it was. It's like, just hug a tree, just sit down, and then it comes another conditioning. Oh, what will other people say? That's
Yeah.
not appropriate. That's like a tree hugger. So that's the fear of judgment of
Yeah, I'm not going to get my position
my.
When I
high
was very
position if I'm
stressed
going
out,
to do
yeah,
this.
when I worked in an office and I was very stressed out, I would drive to a playground and play on the swings on my lunch hour. I would sit on the swings because that made me feel good. You know, it's a park, the kids are all at school. So I could play on the swings and not steal any kids' spot on the swings.
It's funny you say that because it reminded me when I used to work on boats because it's like city boats, you know, water. So there's not really a lot of ground, you know. So that was a park with swing on the canal, and I would go there often and just sit on a bench looking at the water, but like nobody. It's for kids or like this on a swing, and it was just so much
Yep,
fun.
yep. Remember what it was like when you were little, when you were more resilient, probably. You were okay with things that happened. Yeah, you might not love it, but you would knew that something better was going to happen.
Maybe
And the
even more
next moment,
curious.
yeah, curiosity never killed any cats.
No, no. But you know, it's like
Curiosity won't kill you.
Yeah.
when we were kids, like curious, yes, but if I just remember from it's like if I didn't like it, it's like oh well, but I wasn't analyzing and dissecting and going into the head of like overthinking things.
Hmm.
I was just like in the moment, in the present. I was like okay, trusting. We were trusting more. We were trusting life. We were trusting what is and dreaming till we were taught not to dream, to use our heads.
Yeah. Sometimes I just have people start with daydreaming because they might be able to remember how to do that. So go to a park and daydream. And because daydream doesn't have to have an outcome, there's no goal, there's no you have to do it a certain way, there's no wrong. Just go and do some daydreaming and see where that goes.
What a beautiful way to spend time with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go sit on a swing.
That's the magic.
That's the magic.
Magic.
That's the
Don't tell
magic.
anybody.
And it's
Tell
simple. You
everybody.
see,
Yes,
that's the
tell
thing.
everybody.
It's
Share.
simple.
Share with everybody.
It's simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
If it's complicated, then think that people think it has to be complicated for working, but then they don't do it because it's too complicated. So
But the magic
be
is
okay that it's simple.
the magic is it that it's simple. Being mindful with you, what you say, how you speak about yourself, about the world, just being mindful of what comes out of your mouth. Oh, and a trick, I know a trick, you know, it's like when you speak, speak slower,
Mm.
because that's the body's natural way of shifting. When you speak slower, you connect. It's almost like it connects. The heart connects to the throat, so it's like it's coming through the heart. So the chances of you blurbing something not so nice, whatever, negative and complicated, are much less. So when you speak faster, things are just coming right from here. They just kind of, there's no filtration, heart filtration system,
No, no limits.
no limits. So things are just
Flow.
If people want something hard to do, for some
yes,
people that's hard.
speaking slower.
Yes.
I was one of them. I was speaking faster. I'm a Gemini, so it was a practice. It's just everything is just, and the best is when it doesn't work from the first try. Be extra gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just be extra gentle with yourself and try again.
You never get anything right on the first try.
You're not meant to.
No,
How else
we
would you
don't
learn?
learn.
That's
How
why we
else?
that's
Exactly.
why we call it try.
Yeah. That's why we
Well,
call it
we're
practice.
doing it. We're practicing. We're
Yes.
doing it, but it's like, how else would you
Practice,
learn?
practice, practice, practice.
Practice, practice.
You know,
Life is all about practice. We came here, we
no,
didn't learn the manual how to be the better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we do, but we forgot when we came.
we left it on the plane.
Somewhere.
Shoot, I forgot my manual. Did you bring yours? No.
Dang it, have to learn again. Have to remember.
Have to remember, yeah. Do I remember? No.
No.
And again, that's the magic.
That's the cosmic joke,
That's
right?
more magic. It is a
Yeah.
cosmic joke. I saw an Instagram reel on where this fellow was pretending to phone his best friend in space. Everybody's doing it. Do you want to go? I'll do it if you do it.
Yes, I watched that.
And we meet
Yes.
up later because we are
Yeah,
not
we'll
going
meet
to
up later.
remember.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
not going to remember each other or why
But
we
it's
are
gonna be
here.
fun. Let's go.
yeah. I'll do it if you do it. I thought that was perfect.
But you know what I find? That the magic is in this, and just if like in everything, even the messiness. Because think of it, like wherever you look around, and it doesn't matter if it's not your perfect job and da 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 da. But look at where you were 20 years ago.
Or
And look
whatever,
at,
even
it doesn't
2 years
matter,
ago.
2 years ago, but like let's say 10 years ago, where you were 20 years ago, and where, or 10 years ago, and where you are right now, as you are, not just as you are, just being honest with yourself, no filter. You've grown so much, you've learned, you've accomplished so much. So think about it. You have done all this by planting the seeds back then from a place of lots of limited beliefs, from a place of fear, from a place of conditions and being asleep, really. So you planted all those seeds for this from a place of that. So how powerful you are. So imagine if you are present and conscious and aware as much as you can. We have a dog walking around behind us.
I know. I see a tail wagging.
Yeah.
I'm like, the magic dog tail.
It's already magic. So how powerful we are, that it's like being present and creating, just simply planting the seeds. You don't need to know what, just if you don't know what you want. That was what I was practicing for years. I didn't know what to say. Think of a goal. I was like, I don't really know. And so I was like, okay, I will just put it out there. I want to be happy. I want to be happy, and I want to have a harmonious life. Just stay with something that I want.
Or just bring some happy moments from the
Bring
memory,
happy,
or
yes.
create some very even happy moments. Yesterday I got the message from the chocolate. What was? Just treasure every tiny happy moment in your life. Something like this was just like nice reminder.
But by doing that, when you're present, look at what can you create?
Yeah.
Planting the seeds from a place of awareness.
Plant a new seed.
No, because we're every moment we're planting seeds. But where we are, the life we are right now, it is the harvest of the seeds we planted a long time ago.
Yes. So don't feel like you have to keep planting the same seed, right?
Yeah.
You can change what you plant.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we have the dream, we think about something, oh, that would be so nice if that would happen, and all suddenly we realize that, oh, 20 years after, but finally happened. Like, I had a story like this. I always want to have this car. Completely forgot it until I bought it, and I just remember, I was like, wow, that was it 20 years ago. That was my wish for. And I have it.
Well, for me, is like I grew up in a city. Um, so after Soviet Union, it was like very limited. Like there was just life was like in a tiny little box, no dreaming, nothing. And then an acquaintance came with a little brochure of this boat, luxury boats, like a charter brochure. And I've never seen a boat in my life. I've never seen so much luxury, such luxury photos. I didn't even know of its existence. That's how I was. Suddenly
Right?
I'm seeing all this, and I didn't actually did it on purpose, but I just visualized almost like, I immediately kind of like went into that frequency, into that like, oh, I
You
want
visualize
it.
yourself in this boat.
Yes, as a kid, as a child, but I didn't because and look at this. I worked on yachts. So I didn't visualize it as like I own it. That's coming, creating,
Yeah,
planting this seed of being on a boat.
yeah.
So you watch your intentions.
That's what I'm saying. It's like being present. That was from a place of limited
Yeah.
beliefs, from a place of fear, from a place of
Mm,
like conditioning. I planted the seeds, I just visualized, but I didn't have the fine tuning
yes.
at the
You
time.
saw yourself on a boat, but you didn't tune it to make it your boat.
That would have been nice to some extent, maybe.
Maybe, maybe
If
Maybe
it's
not.
not,
not.
which
Maybe
Maybe
some
not.
not.
No,
people,
Maybe not.
no,
yes, some people no.
no.
Yes.
But I use this example all the time because I didn't realize that till recently, till a few years ago. It's like, wow, we are very powerful. We're
Yes.
very, very
Yes.
powerful. So
I
stay
think that's what people
positive.
are afraid of sometimes. It's like they haven't been told they're powerful. If they see it working, it scares them. Because what if they do something and it doesn't work right? Or, they
What if
they
it
wish
works?
for something, or, they wish for something bad and it happens. There's people who say, I wanted that person dead and they died. Uh,
I had a 2 days ago a new person in my office, and she actually said, I shut down some things in myself because I got scared of how powerful I could be. But she said also she has 2 kids right now, and she's like, but I see how powerful they are, and that it's a reminder for me, be okay with that.
right? Be okay. The I am, the yummy.
The
Yeah.
acceptance, the acceptance of how powerful. It's like when you say it's like acceptance of self. It goes beyond any structures. It goes
Yeah.
beyond. It's acceptance of self, acceptance of that frequency, of the heartbeat, acceptance of the power, acceptance of being in flow with your soul's divine purpose.
And I think this is what is happening for all of us right now, and didn't happen in that big amount of yeah, people, just us, for several centuries. Maybe some, one person there, a few people there, but not as many as is right now. We are
Yeah.
finding ourselves, how magical, how powerful we are, and things can change if that's the wish. If that's the wish, if we want to
And maybe
change
that
that.
was like those seeds planted a long time ago.
Yes.
Look how long it has taken them to finally grow to where
Yeah.
there is such a larger number of people who are saying
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes. Yes to the
right.
changes.
Because even that, the change, can you see, like, I see other people, they don't know, they're uncomfortable, they're still resisting, they're still fighting, but they don't want the life they already had. So the change is happening from within.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So even if they're resisting, the only thing is, like, the more you resist, the more painful it is becoming.
Well, look how prescribed anxiety medication is now. It's so normal, even for children,
Mm-hmm.
anxiety medication,
Yeah.
because there is that change happening inside, and their parents haven't come to a place maybe yet where they can help them navigate what's happening. So we say, oh, I guess they need medication. There's something wrong with them. But there isn't. It's what's wrong with on the outside. The inside is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's we were talking, me and you were talking before, it's the environment. The environment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're not in an environment that is,
Mm-hmm.
so responding to they're sensitive. We're
Yeah.
sensitive beings.
We are.
We're very sensitive.
And the younger generations, those kids, those teenagers right now, even like people in their 30s, they are different generations. They are more sensitive. They see things differently. Definitely they are more connected with their heart. That's why they have a harder time to be here than we used to have.
Mm,
Doesn't mean they are lazy, doesn't mean that they don't want to do things. They just see things and feel things differently. They are more connected with what is happening right now. And we are giving them hard time instead of helping them out and ourselves
You
at
know
the
how
same
right.
time.
the old saying was, the children are our future. Maybe that
Yeah,
was planted by someone else,
yeah,
by some wise. It's like,
yeah.
listen and trust, listen to them.
Yes. Yeah, if we say
Right.
it, if we say that, why we are saying this?
Why? I was like, the
Yeah.
children are our future, then pay attention to them.
Really, are they?
Yeah.
Are we letting them
Are we
be?
letting them be? Yes.
Yes.
Don't put them into the conditioning programs. Don't put them
Yes.
into the normal ways that we do things.
Yeah.
Like the
Let them
schooling
be,
system.
Yes.
yeah,
The
let them be the free
structures, the
spirit.
boxes.
Like the schooling system growing up was
Mm.
horrible.
Yeah.
Well, the schooling system was designed to create workers. That's all.
Yep.
Not thinkers, workers.
Not even thinkers, not bees,
Fillers.
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 They designed to create thinkers,
Yeah.
to disconnect from the heart,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
to work and do, doers, thinkers.
Yeah. I see. I
Keep
see.
your head down
Yeah.
and do your job.
I see every time in my office when I have babies on a table or and small kids, how how much we are connected. Like every time I try to touch them or just make some connections in a body, if something feels that it's not working, they can feel everything and they are just curious about that. They are so open, they have no expectation. That's why the self correction and self healing happens like this.
Right.
So they play with the
Nobody told them
crystal.
yet they couldn't.
Yes, they play with the crystals, they smell the oils, and they are happy. That's it.
To
I
learn
like
from babies.
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
They're fresh. They haven't been reprogrammed yet.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and be gentle with yourselves, be gentle with your bodies, because remember that the bodies has absorbed all of it.
Mm. Yeah.
Even though you believe and change, but be gentle with your body and tend to the body's needs right now more than ever, really, because it is readjusting, it's recalibrating, it's clearing. We're clearing at the core right
Old
now.
stories.
And
Yeah. Old
generational.
energy.
Generational, yes, old energy. So be gentle, be loving, be patient with yourself and others, because we're all in this together.
We want it or not.
We're all in this soup together.
We all phoned each other and said, "Hey, I'll meet you
Yeah,
there."
we are all coming. And we came and we are here.
And it's like change. Change is the only thing that is permanent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw the Dalai Lama probably 19 years ago, and I was in India, and he was at his residence giving a talk to Japanese Buddhists on the Flower Garland Sutras, and he said, I'm still working on this one. He said, everything is impermanent, including impermanence. I don't know what that means, so I still think about it. I say thank you, Dalai Lama, for sharing that. So change, impermanence will keep changing and being impermanent, and even that will keep changing.
Like consciousness.
And this
Ah,
just remind me that we are all humans
mm,
with sometimes very narrow belief systems, and until we let our self know that it's okay to be open, it's okay to accept, and maybe willing to change, then
even
good
just
luck
like
with the
little
rest of it.
practice. Yeah.
Practice,
Keep
practice,
practicing with
practice.
just little baby changes.
Yeah.
Do little baby
Yeah.
changes first.
Keep practicing breathing, softening,
Yeah.
allowing, accepting. Keep practice being in the now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you find
Allowing yourself.
yourself not there, then say, oh, okay. And then go back
Yes, gently.
gently.
Because this is a practice of becoming. What?
Butterfly.
A butterfly.
Like we
A
talked about
butterfly.
to the beginning. Yeah, before we started recording. The
Yes.
butterfly. Yeah.
We can't know what we're going to become, and that's the adventure. So
Yeah.
let that be the adventure.
Exactly. Because we're creating. Everything
Right?
is being created in every moment, constantly. That's another, like, permanence.
Mm-hmm.
Creation is,
Be creative. This
yeah,
is what I
be
just
creative.
keep saying, keep talking about it. Just be creative. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what
Mm-hmm.
makes you happy. Doesn't matter really.
And if you don't know what you want to create, get curious, start playing.
Yeah, with something.
Daydream.
Daydream. Or like go into like what you feel drawn to,
Mm-hmm.
connect to, what you feel connected to. Doesn't have to be necessarily
Yeah.
drawing, dancing.
Yeah.
It could be
Gardening doesn't
gardening.
matter.
It could be playing with animals. It could be
Going
even
to the park.
if it could be even like playing and learning astrology. It could be even that.
Yeah.
It's like trust your passion.
I mean, that's
Right?
the advantage we have right now of everything. It's online, and we have the free will to go to places that could help us or not. But it is so many beautiful, creative things online, and we can definitely find something. Not even by trying, just to look at things, look at stuff. It's like, wow, that actually maybe I can try.
Yeah. And if you decide you don't like it, then go try something else.
Then change it.
Then change it.
Yeah. And then change it and be okay. Change. See, that's when
Change.
change is good.
Yes.
Embrace change, embrace and allow to embrace change.
Yeah.
Change.
I just want to say a word about that painting that I did when
Mm-hmm.
I started, and Doinita was the witness. That was a totally different painting, and I was like, I think I messed that up. I messed it up, but I gave myself time, and this is what it is. So I let myself to bring the changes to the canvas because it was totally different painting. So
Well, your art is, it's like it doesn't matter. Like, your art is like your healing, your own
yeah,
outer expression, your inner expression out. Like you're a reawakening. You're coming to life through your art.
yes,
So when I saw the initial and then And then you gave yourself the space and the time to percolate inside.
Yeah, she was like, "Ooh, what is it?" I said,
Don't
"I
use
don't
my
know."
words.
Yeah, that was a different words, but I was like, "I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happened." So, any kind of creation, whatever is, this is what is going to happen. We start from something that doesn't look like a beautiful butterfly, but it's going to be.
It's going to be.
Yeah, sometimes looks like a hippo.
Or something else.
Starts
Hippos
as
are beautiful.
they're
Yeah.
beautiful. Yes, there was this also in something I saw there as well. There was a photo of a hippo. That's why I thought of a hippo. And there's just a comedy, and then we'll come. And there was just a hippo drawing and speaking to the kind of the universe as like, I asked for the reincarnation. I asked for this incarnation to be a hippie, not a hippo.
I love it. I love it.
I asked to be a hippie.
That's beautiful. Be careful with your wording.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Funny.
So that was funny. But anyway, as we coming closer to the time, is there anything else anything else that you would like to share with all of us, Heather?
Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to play. You still know how to do it. And that is where there is magic.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I just felt chill, like goosebumps. It's just like
Thank
feathers, like little, yeah. Thank you. Anything you
you.
would like to add?
No, I think Heather said all.
You said it. You sealed the deal, Heather.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
And have fun with it.
Yes.
You
That's
see,
if it's
look at
not
us.
fun, it's not play.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Heather, because we just giggled and talked and talked and giggled and
Yeah.
chatted away and created magic.
Yes.
And we create magic every time we speak.
Yes. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you haven't watched our interviews, because we have all been interviewed by each other.
Yes.
So if you haven't watched our interview with Heather, please go back and I'll add the link below. And also, if you haven't watched Heather's podcast, haven't seen Heather's podcast in her interviewing me, Edyta, I'll add the link below. Please check it out because there's a lot of yumminess there.
Yumminess. Exactly.
Yumminessy.
Yes.
And if you like this, please subscribe, please like it and share it with your friends. And yes, may you play, may you have fun, and may you just be and practice. Keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
Happiness.
Happiness.
Thank you, my
yes.
friends.
Much
Thank you.
love, everyone.
Much
and
love.
Thank you. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.